All right, so this is Heidelberg monthly. And okay, so we see this as a WXY for an A, and then an A, B, C, D, E for a triangle, expecting moving higher. Okay, so basically what you're looking at is a double zigzag where the first one is a W, not an A. First one is a W, and this would be a triangle X and a Y. I think there are a few things here. Let me look at it more carefully. I would think just the look of this looks more like an ABC. This is not really important, but this looks more like an ABC for an A, as you said here, an A, triangle B, and a C. It looks more like an ABC because I can see five waves there clearly. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for A, B, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for C. So I see no need to complicate it. It's an ABC and not a double zigzag, but just a single zigzag. And then here we have a triangle B, which makes complete sense. And now you're expecting a C. Since this is a monthly, you're looking for decline here, which can be taken advantage of. Let's see if that's what you're trying to do. You want to do less aggressive entry with the bridge, or you want to buy. All right, that's great. But remember, this is a monthly, so there is a huge, when you take the context of a monthly. Oh, good evening, Sarah. Nice to see you here, no matter what time. It's always nice to have you here. So when you take the context of a Monday, of a monthly, you have to consider the possibilities for practical aspects of trading. No, so here, if you have an ABC, in order to get to this 50 to 62%, you need quite a bit of a retracement. Basically, you're looking at 50% retracement of all these, which took, I don't know how many months, over a year or something like that, right? So this could easily take more than 6 months. Why? Well, because it's a corrective structure and will take longer than it took this one to develop. So you have to consider that and then think of the possibility of going short, looking for this, because you have some context there, right? Okay, so, but let's say that I don't know, this is a monthly, let's say this is a 5-minute chart, doesn't really matter. What you're looking here is an A, B, C, and are looking to buy the B, and that's great. So you have here an aggressive long entry at the 62% approximately. If it is in 3, a momentum is confirming, couldn't be wiser. Congratulations on that. Stop loss at the beginning of wave 1. So in other words, wave E. That makes sense. But I should probably mention a little bit more, a few more things. Let's put it this way. The traditional recommended entry places. Okay, just because I think in many ways I have misled you or confused you, because I said, yeah, you enter the 50, 62%, but really you don't have to enter exactly that, the 50 or the 62%, although sometimes we do, and you have seen me doing that many times. But the idea is that when that happens, you look for signs of a reversal. And the signs of a reversal could be, a key reversal bar, could be a candle, could be moving averages, could be the break of a channel trend line or the break of a single trend line. It could be many things. And one of the recommended ways of entering a position for, let's say, for different structures, let's say that we have an A, a B, and a C flat or expanded flat, doesn't matter. Okay, and this is wave 2. Let's say that this is 1 and this is wave 2. Okay, and let's say that this hit the 50%, maybe the 62%, maybe the in between. Okay, so would you enter right there? Well, sure, if you are as aggressive as I am for the entries, it can be. But I have given you other ways to enter. For instance, if this is a let's say this is a daily chart, I have suggested that you go to a 15-minute chart or even an hour chart sometimes and look for the 5 waves of 5. If you find them and you can make that projection and the projection of the 5th leg here, or several projections of the 5th leg here coincide with the projection of the 5th leg here, then you probably can enter there. That's not really, this is one of the ways that I enter, and that's why I said I may have misled you, because this is a very personal way that I do things. And it's not always the best way, it's just that, it's a question of temperament. And so the recommended way is to always wait for wave 4 to be penetrated in whatever way. So you could actually enter the penetration of wave 4. You could actually wait for this structure to complete, to develop complete. Maybe this could be 1, 2, 3. Maybe you want to already penetrate the 4. Maybe you want to wait for the 4 and the 5 and then the A, B, C. That works. Another possibility is that you enter right there with a stop here. That's absolutely, absolutely viable. You could do that easily without feeling guilty about it. Or it could be possible that this is the 5 waves already, and the penetration of that shows that, there's a 5-wave move, and then you wait for the ABC. But it could be that the 5 waves there are not so clear, that sometimes they are not clear. And so, what it could mean for you? It penetrated that level. So now any pullback is an opportunity for you to go in. I could give you some ideas of these pullbacks, when to take them, when not to take them. But this is a science. And it's a science that I would think it gets refined year after year. The more you trade, the more you will be refining that, and the happier you will be with your approach. For instance, I'll give you a refinement right away, but you really have to pay attention, because this thing could be it could be kind of complex. Well, let me hold on a second before I go there. It's not that I don't want it to give to you. Don't think so. No, it's that I don't want to be distracted from this, because I just gave you one of the recommended entries. For instance, if you have a flat or an expanded flat, it would be exactly the same thing, right? So now let's discuss other situations. Let's say that what you have for a 1 and a 2, or let's say for a 2, is not a flat or a flat family, flat relative, let's say. Let's say that what you have for a 2 is from the zigzag family. And what you have is, let's say you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an A, B, C for a B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a C. Okay, and that's your 2. Well, in this case, you wouldn't be looking to enter when prices penetrate the 4th. Okay, in this case, you would be looking to enter, again, theoretically, recommended ways is to enter when prices move beyond this level. Why? Well, because at that point you eliminate the 1, 2, 3 situation, right? At that point, then you would have a 4 that enters the territory of 1, and therefore you would be trading with one less, let's say, possibility that the market will move against you. But not all of those possibilities are eliminated, simply because you could have the situation of a 1, 2 and another 1, 2. And so the only way to eliminate that is when prices penetrate this level here. Okay, because if you have this as a 1 and a 2, and now this one is a 1, and a 2, well, the 2 cannot go beyond the origin of 1. Therefore, waiting for prices to move beyond this level would be the correct and most recommended entry. Of course, this doesn't eliminate entirely the possibility that, I mean, seriously, this is not a panacea. It's not like, well, if you wait for that, then you're never going to lose, because this could be an ABC, and now this could be an ABC for an A, let's say, and this could be a B, and now you get a C. You know what I mean? So you have to consider those, but the recommended way, so you lose, let's say, you put the odds in your favor. Let's put it this way, because it's not that you're going to lose less, probably you will, but not to make things too promising, promising stuff. Let's say that to eliminate the odds against you, not eliminate them all, but let's say diminish them, then you would wait in a zigzag for wave B to be penetrated. Hope it makes sense. Then we have a triangle, and that's what gave us this reason to talk about this. Now we don't have a wave 1, or we don't have a wave 2. Now we're talking about a wave 3, right? So let's say wave 3 here, and now we have the triangle 4, A, B, C, D, and E. So what is the recommended way to trade this? Well, obviously it would be the penetration of wave D. This is where you would want to enter this. And the stop would be, of course, when that happens, the stop will be the low of wave E, exactly as suggested here. Where was it? Yeah, you said less aggressive entry with the breach of the end of wave D. And that's exactly the way to do it. And the stop loss is exactly at wave E, exactly down here. I find that when I have waited too long for this, in practical terms, I always, not always, that's an exaggeration, but I often encounter the situation in which, a triangle has been there retaining prices, restricting prices from moving. And then when finally wave E ends, the wave that ensues doesn't go like this and this and this, but it goes like just one thrust. That's it. And so you have no time to do anything unless you put a buy stop around here, which is always a risky thing. And the reason is because depending upon the shape of this, you might consider the possibility that this is an A, B, C, and the D is still in progress. And then the E. See what I mean? So all those things have to be considered at the time of entering a triangle. And sometimes entering a triangle is not easy precisely because of those variables that I'm just mentioning. Now, in my experience, and again, sometimes I tend to be very aggressive to doing stuff like that. In my experience, the best entry is if I am convinced there is a triangle there because I have all the data, like in this case, you have a potential A, B, C, D, and E, that I buy the E. And one of the reasons is like, suppose that would have been the way, let's say that we go back in time a year, and then we see this coming down here. Well, we could measure this, project it from here, see this is the 62%, and then we can easily buy there with stop here. It's probably one of the safest ways to do it, in my opinion, because the risk is less. So let's say that you buy there. Well, the risk is only this. But now let's say that you buy this. The risk has just tripled or sometimes quadrupled. So even though it is safer, the risk is increased dramatically. So one thing that I see here is that in this particular case, okay, this is very particular case now. I'm not talking about the generality how to enter triangles. But in this particular case, the only way to enter this trade would be with the break of this high. Now, you may very well wonder, well, why? That doesn't make sense. It just contradicts everything you just said. Well, because, there are situations of situations. In this particular case, you have labeled this as an A and a triangle B. But I don't have the rest of this, and I suspect you don't either. So this triangle could easily be A, B, C, D, and E, and the E ended here. So this could be very well a triangle, a bearish triangle that is absolutely complete now. And so now you have a 1 and a 2. And now the 3 is what ensues. And that could easily be the situation because, well, there is nothing that says that it's not. We have a double zigzag here, actually a zigzag here, which is part of a triangle. We have an A, a B, a C that is more complex. So it makes perfect sense. A D and an E. I see no reason why not to do that. As long as we don't have any other context. I actually would probably favor a bearish triangle rather than a bullish triangle. So if I want to trade the bullish triangle, I need this to be penetrated. Why? Because that one will absolutely eliminate the bearish triangle. Now this cannot be a 1 and 2. Now we can say, well, this is an A, B, C, D, E, and this is a bullish triangle, and now we can expect prices to move higher.